It's your girl India Rose, and you're tuning into Peeves.
So dramatic. If you want to, I'ma make it static. Pull up, hop off, swing the automatic. I'm not like the other girls, nah. That you had it good, bitch, I made it better. Sitting missing me, my pussy's getting wet.
Welcome back to this episode of Pink World, episode 42. We are your hosts, Maddie.
Lexi.
We're trying something new. Bear with us. And today we have a very special guest, India.
It's your girl, India Rose. How we doing, y'all?
I'm good. How are you?
Chilling. We like that. We like
we
that.
know you had a rough morning, but you're here.
I did have a rough morning, and I was gonna cancel, but get shit done. You know, when you don't feel like it. Yeah. I'm a terrible procrastinator, and I hate it, but that's part of being a grown up.
No bullshit.
I keep calling it big girl moves, but
big girl moves?
Just trying to stay on top of shit. Get shit done.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
Put your work hat on sometimes.
My work hat. Nah.
Sometimes, bro, to pull yourself together and
God.
not act like life is just
like you literally got to power through. And them positive thoughts. I actually got my girl Nicole over at the Sound Lab. Shout out the Sound Lab.
Shout out Sound Lab.
She hit me up today. She sent me a very nice video, and it did touch my heart. A lot of the times, you be going through shit and you don't feel like being positive and you don't feel like being a good person, but what makes you a good person is sticking that shit out. Like, be a good human, bro. Like, that is my goal, is to be a good human. I don't give a fuck what anyone's doing around me. As long as I'm good, treating people kindly, doing what I gotta do, and putting positive shit out in the place. So,
period.
We like that.
I love that. Literally. So let's get started with a proper intro of who you are and what it is that you do.
Okay. Hi, y'all. I'm gonna say hi again. I am India Rosenwald is my government name. Okay. I like to introduce myself by my name because, yes, I am an artist, but I am a person before that. I'm from Brockton, Massachusetts, born and raised, left, came back. Probably will get out of there at some point, but for right now, that's home. I'm 23.
Oh, all the info. We getting all the info.
I'll just include it all. I'm a Pisces. Shout out my Pisces, we big lovers, big dreamers, all that.
Yo, the peanut gallery?
Anyway, I went to Brockton Public School my whole life. I went to 2 different schools. I went to Davis K through 8. Shout out Davis. They did a lot. Made me real smart, all that good shit. And I went to Brockton High. Brockton High was a lot. Went to school with 4,000 kids. There's people I've never met that I graduated with that I see to this day who will hit me up and be like, hey, India. And I'm like, yo, I know you. Mm-hmm. Because I don't remember meeting you, speaking to you, whatever. And,
crazy.
It's a lot.
You went all 4 years?
I went all 4 years at Brockton High. Green Building, shout out. You already fucking know we were lit every year. Throughout that experience, I met a lot of people, left a lot of people, found myself, forgot myself, going through all that bullshit. But I will say music was always something that was there for me, that I was always a part of, no matter what, since third grade of middle school, all the way up until my senior year of high school. Music was something that never left. And a lot of people who inspired me and showed me who I wanted to be today were my music peers, music teachers, people that I worked with. A lot of my colleagues that were my age or younger inspired me to do this. So yeah, I'm an artist. I sing mostly. I'll rap, I'll dabble, I songwrite, whatever you need, poetry, all that, I do it. I get it out there. It took a lot of time getting comfortable in that zone, because I did end up, after high school, I went to St. John's College in Queens, and I ended up pursuing a psychology degree. Still doing it, still gonna graduate. Ain't nobody telling me shit. I will be back there someday.
Yes, sir.
Throughout my process of pursuing a psychology degree, I still did music. They didn't have a music major, which is what I really wanted to do. But parents at the time, they didn't think I was serious about it, and they didn't see my work, and they saw me performing in school, but they didn't see my passion outside, so they pushed me to go for the more academic route, which was great. I do appreciate getting my education and all that, but at the end of the day, this is really what I wanted to do. I wanted to pursue music and sing and all that. Throughout that time of schooling, I did do private lessons, so I am trained to sing opera. I am trained to sing in whatever language you want. I'll figure it out and I'll do it. And I'm blessed for that, because even outside of the psychology degree, I was taking voice lessons at St. John's with a teacher who I really love. She really pushed me. She helped my voice and everything, because I couldn't sing back then. Everyone's like, oh my God, you're such a good singer, this, that, and the third. And I'm like, bro, if you would have heard me back in 2011, 2013, I had no voice. I'm just sitting here, squawking out what I can get out. But my private lessons teacher from the end of my high school, even into college, which were two different people, they really transformed my voice for the better. And I always recommend that to people. Get voice lessons.
Yeah.
Even if you think you can't sing, if you want to sing, if you want to get into songwriting, get voice lessons. Because your ability that you think you have can transcend into something completely different just because someone else believes in you. So I always recommend that. But yeah, now I'm out here in Brockton. I serve the community when I can. I try to get in my time to make my own music, and I usually do that at the Sound Lab. Shout out to Brockton, shout out them. I've worked with J Rose, worked with Tone, worked with Devo, who is also an engineer out there now, and producer, obviously, producer first. But yeah, they have really helped me get out of that bubble and get into my music bag. Because I don't know what I want. It's like, it's very hard to sit here and be like, oh, I'm an artist, I want this, that, and the third. And there's so much work that goes into that and so much preparation that you need to have. But I will say I'm blessed to have people who want to push me in the right direction and who want to show me how to go about this in the right way. So, yeah, that's really what I do for music and all that.
I love that.
Thank you.
That was a perfect.
I
You
know.
said that like so like
You got
put
it. 1, 2,
together.
3,
Yeah,
4.
like,
I try.
I was following along that whole time.
Thank you.
Like-
Thank you. What do we want to do now? What?
So you said 3rd grade is kind of when you started. So
Yes.
what propelled you to like really pursue music then? And like, were you still kind of like just singing and doing all that before that?
I got you. So I was singing as a kid. My parents, here's more of my background. My dad was an underground rapper for a very long time. He was part of Special Teams, which is an older rap group, which included Slain and Edo G. These are people who ended up becoming like uncles
That's
to me.
so dope.
Awesome. It was like very cool to grow up and see that he was making it in music, and to see that he had friends who were also in his line. I will say, as a child, they influenced me on like the music side to do things, but like they would play Michael Jackson. My mom played Etta James. My mom would play Creole music. Creole music is fucking beautiful. If you're not hip to CV music, get into it. Cesaria Evora, Maya Andrade, bro, don't play with Maya Andrade. She is fucking ridiculous. Insane. She's great. But yeah, those kind of influenced me more to use my voice as a kid. Like I said, I couldn't sing back then. So I was just out here like, whatever you could think of, just singing it all. We really love Michael Jackson.
Even though I'm sure it wasn't that bad.
No,
but
literally.
it helps with the lessons.
True.
You know?
I mean, ask my sister. My sister would turn around every day. She'd be like, you can't fucking sing. And I'd be like, whatever. And, you know, like, that was also motivation.
Yeah.
But in 3rd grade, I was at the Davis School, and I had the most amazing, I'm not going to say amazing teacher. Her name was Susan St. Pierre. Miss St. Pierre was my music teacher up until, I believe, my 8th grade. She might have retired that year or the year before. Back then, like, obviously, chorus was just, like, for fun. Like, we were kids, so chorus was for fun. But she taught me music. She taught me, you know, like, beats and all that, and how to really, like, understand and read. I didn't know much. I also did band at the time. I didn't know much. I was getting into it, so I was learning. But
like music theory.
yeah, music. She taught music theory and all that. It wasn't anything crazy because we were public school, so she had to do what we could understand.
Yeah.
But it still made a difference. By the time I got to 7th and 8th grade, she pushed us to try out for this thing called Junior Districts. Junior Districts is the lower half of Massachusetts. They come together to do a big concert, a huge concert, and you had to audition for it. Mind you, I wasn't really taking it serious. Like, course was just for fun. I ended up doing, what's it called? What do you call that? Show choir. I ended up doing show choir, but outside, of course. So she was like, "Oh, I think you have potential. I feel like you have a great voice, but you don't use it to your fullest extent. But I want you to do this program." She had me try out, and I made it my 8th grade. When I tell you, being in that kind of situation where I was surrounded by young girls, boys, and whoever else my age that were just interested in music, when we sang with our director at the time, my ears like blew up. Like, completely, it was a new world. Like, my body tingled, everything. Like, I was looking around me. It was crazy. I'm pretty sure I cried, like, the first time we really got together and sang. And by the time we had our big concert, like, I was just fucking amazed. I was super enthralled and just, like, completely captivated by what was going on around me. So she really pushed the point of me getting involved in music to where I wanted to do it. Like, it was something that was coming out of me, not me just being around because these are what my friends are doing. Like, she put me in a position where music meant something more than just listening. Like, I wanted to create music. I wanted to sing. I wanted people to hear me and feel me in that kind of avenue. So after that, when I went to Brockton High, shout out Matt Cunningham. He was our director at the time. he pushed me to do things like that. I ended up trying out for districts. Now it's senior at this point because we're older.
Yeah.
I tried to
go into high school, or that was still
junior districts is your freshman year, but I feel like after 14 you go into senior districts. I tried out every single year from my freshman to senior, and I never made it until my senior year. Yeah, it's crazy.
Because senior districts is a whole different.
It's a whole nother ball game. Yup.
Literally.
They're really critiquing on your style, if you're correct to the piece, what your voice sounds like, if you're going to be able to blend with a bigger choir. Junior districts, they don't accept everybody, but they're definitely taking in more people just to get people in there to realize like this is what you're going to do. Senior districts is very more selective.
Yeah.
After senior districts, there's also all state. So I didn't make anything. I didn't make all state. I made senior districts my senior year, and it was insane. Like my heart, like. When I tell you every year was a heartbreak because I didn't get in, but that time, like, I was really full. I was like, this is my last time being able to do this, and I'm so blessed. And when we ended up singing these pieces, like, I still remember these pieces. Like, if people were to come up and, like, sing them with me, I'm out there. Because, like, they're ingrained in my brain, bro. But I definitely will say Susan St. Pierre set all that up. So when I did end up going to Mr. Cunningham and going into senior districts, I was so entranced in music already. It was something I wanted to do. I wasn't confident. Absolutely not. Confidence is not something that comes easy. Like, this was not something I wanted to do because I knew in my heart I wasn't ready to be on a stage. And of course, I had performed millions of times, whenever, but stage fright always comes back every single time. So by the time I had been a senior in high school, I've done all these shows and everything like that. Like, I wasn't as comfortable with my voice and as comfortable in my power of music to go and pursue it outside, because obviously I would have jumped at the chance to get a music degree. Now thinking about it, like, that is exactly what I would have wanted to do. And I don't regret it. Like, I don't regret not doing that, because I think at the time I wouldn't have appreciated, like, the work that I had to put in to have this talent that I do now. And, like, it took a lot. Like, I was beat down every year of high school trying to get leads, trying to do things that my friends were doing that I was so proud of that I wanted as well. It really took me looking at myself and saying, like, you're good enough to do this shit. Like, you don't need to be on a stage. You don't need someone else's approval to sit here and know that you're capable of this. So, like, I had to come to the point where I accepted it for myself. And, like, obviously I do now. Do I wish I had done that beforehand? Yeah. But it probably wouldn't have been as genuine.
Exactly.
Definitely not.
And you were still trying your best with what you had at the time.
Yeah, and I was a kid, bro.
Exactly.
Do you know?
It's a learning process.
It's a learning process. One thing I will say is, like, I never knew what I wanted to do, but I knew who I was always. Like, I was always confident in my skin of who I was always. Did I know what I wanted to do? Absolutely not. I used to want to be a vet, pastry chef, like,
of course,
all the shit kids want to do.
Yeah.
But, like, I could never hone down the one thing that really meant something to me, but music does now. So, like, that's obviously something I do want to pursue, and I do want to see myself in for my future. And it could be in any avenue. It could be a songwriter, it could be a singer, anything. Like, Tiana Taylor right now is a very huge inspiration, because if you really think about it, people were discarding her to the point where she had to change her whole career, and now she's coming back for everything. Everything that everyone wants to consume. Oh, Summer Rocker this. Oh, Lil Brooke that. That's Tiana Taylor, baby.
Yeah.
That's her talent coming through. So, of course, she's lending these things to other people, but if you really think about it, it comes from her. So, like, it's something that I'm very passionate about. Like, just because you don't believe in somebody doesn't mean they can't believe in themselves and change the entire game. So, like, I want to say, like, for me now, like, it's a little late, but I definitely feel like I'm gonna make an impact more than more people could say about me beforehand. So, yeah,
100%.
But that's my little music story.
Yeah, with the junior and senior districts, did you apply or, like, audition for just soloists, like, as a soloist, or like show choir, like, to be put in a choir?
So they're sorry,
because I know they have a broad range, and then they usually, like, select it for, like, the school that you're in.
So there's two different sides of junior and senior districts. So junior districts, they have the band and they have the music side. The music side, you just go into one huge choir. Band, they have, like, a jazz band or whatever. So those would be, like, more selective of auditioning for whatever ensemble you wanted to be in. For junior and senior districts, you were just accepted into the choir.
I'm thinking about Micah.
I did Micah too. I've done Micah
too.
every single year.
Yeah,
and we always got gold.
Yep, bro. Brockton kills it every year.
Every fucking year. Bro, concert choir is not to be played with.
I probably met you already. Like,
I believe it.
Long ago.
I didn't know this.
I did Micah. I was in Norwood Madrigals, bro. Remember they? Yes.
You're fucking lying.
Bro, yeah.
Bro, I love them.
Junior and senior years. Yes. Yes, bro.
Okay, as a singer, I really appreciate that. I fucking love that. I did not know that.
Yeah. And they held it at Norwood High School, like, I think a couple years.
Bro, I was there every
year,
fucking year.
Yeah.
Do you Brockton Chamber Singers?
Yeah,
I was part of Brockton Chamber Singers.
bro. Like that, they
we're
have
out
like
here.
2 or 3 different choirs.
Yeah,
I just remember the huge one because it was so many
concert
fucking
choir
kids.
So he
like,
would bring rep chorus, he would bring concert choir, and then when we made chamber singers, he started bringing chamber singers. So chamber singers wasn't a thing at first. He like asked, he was like, I want an ensemble of people who really take classical music seriously, and if you guys want to do it, I want you to audition and I want to go perform at Micah. And I think I was part of the group that went the first year that was made, I believe. Don't quote me. I might be wrong. But we went and we got gold.
Yeah,
it was insane. But yeah, Micah every year, things like that. I just want to round it back up to junior, senior districts. I never auditioned to be a soloist. Like anytime I got there, like I was just so grateful to be a part of the choir. I do have friends who did. Shout out Jade and Tien. She just graduated. Proud of her. She's an amazing vocalist. And these are people who don't make music. Like in the sense of like the sound lab and talking about all these spaces and do over don't they don't make music like that. I know a lot of people who are extremely talented who don't do that. But yeah, no, I just auditioned to be a part of it. Like I was just so grateful to be there and just so excited to have people who are like-minded and who wanted to see these pieces excel in the same way that I did. Because if you think about choir back in school, you have people doing it just for fun, just for a class. And for myself and a lot of my people, it wasn't just class, bro. Like this is life. Like these are things that we're gonna use outside of choir that we're gonna take with us. And I don't know, ended up becoming like really big family.
Yeah,
like a lot of the time.
You're taking a bus with mad heads to a random ass place
till like 9 o'clock,
East
bro.
Bumfuck, 9 a.m., bro, ready to sing. Like,
I also like I did drama club. I did everything you could think of as a choir kid. I did it. We did show choir. We did chamber singers. We did drama club. We competed for theater every year. Brockton High made it to state finals every year of high school that I competed with them.
Brockton was like,
and don't sleep.
Trying to put
it makes sense to me, honestly. Yeah, it makes sense.
But trying to put that many people like together to like sing so beautifully, that shit is so
it's hard.
And it falls on one fucking person,
and
the orchestrator.
Our director at the time,
Mr.
Cunningham, he ended up getting the reins from I believe a teacher beforehand called Penny Knight. This was before I was in high school. And I remember like people were scared at the time. They were like, oh, how's the choir gonna do? And he absolutely bodied it, murdered it, turned the choir into something no one's ever seen. They did this program called NAFME, and NAFME's international. I'm pretty sure they had to go to like Memphis or something with an M, and go perform.
I definitely remember that.
You know what I'm talking about?
I definitely remember that.
Of course, it's the year after I graduated, so I wasn't allowed to go because I wasn't a student anymore.
So you were a class of 2018?
Yes, I'm 2018. Yeah.
I think, I definitely remember that Memphis shit, bro. I remember seeing the flyer.
I was so pissed because I was like, if we went the year before I left, I couldn't have experienced it. It always happens. But Brockton High won state finals for theater the year after I graduated.
So you did music theater or just like plays?
Both. So like
you was like in the plays?
I was in the music. I was in a couple plays. So like I kind of hinted at this earlier. I auditioned for absolutely everything every year. And like I didn't get a lot of things. Like I did not get a lot of things, and it killed me every time.
You put yourself out there every time.
But itself,
like that's fire.
Every year. And it's funny because like I would make it very far in these auditions, and they would tell me like, oh, you're doing great. And then at one point they'd be like, oh, you're stale. Like it's getting stale.
No bullshit. I feel like it's like a favorites thing.
Oh, it absolutely is.
In high school, it's a favorites thing.
And they don't realize like you build
so many people.
Yeah, that you know that made it like however far and then just stop doing it.
Like how you were talking about like people that like have amazing voices and are so musically talented, but after high school they
don't do anything.
They don't have anything to show for it. Like Gia, bro, she was always auditioning. She would get mad shit. This girl Gia, bro, she was so good, but like after that, but good for her, bro. She goes to Northeastern, like she's doing good shit, but like you know what I mean? Like damn, bro, like I feel that, you know. I will say the people at Brockton High that I saw that were getting these roles and doing everything and like were so talented, they are making moves now. Like they're not just like chilling, like not doing what they're supposed to, but definitely like they used it better than I could have. You know what I'm saying? Like instead, like I make music as a hobby. They made music in college and did things like that where they still do it now, but on a professional sense.
Yeah.
Like mine's not. It's not
like
super,
a degree format.
Yeah, in a degree format.
Yeah.
But
it's different that way. I feel like when people go for the degree format of music and then
it's way more structured that way.
Absolutely.
If you go to a good school sometimes,
I think of other people we've talked to who like have gone to school for music or something like that, and it usually as a creative it doesn't align
with the things that you want,
because they want you to do things a certain way that doesn't work. If you're a creative, you have to do things your way. way.
Yeah, it's just like limiting in a way.
Yeah.
I might go on a little tangent here, but we'll get to it. I like to say it like this: standardized testing will never prove what kind of person you have on paper. It'll only prove how they performed that singular day.
Yeah.
So you could have fucking Einstein, whoever, the next Mozart, Prince, whatever, and you would never know because they scored however much this day. But
On some bubbles.
On some bubbles. That does not work for anyone, let alone a creative. Like, you got to think, like, we have bad days. We have times where we're not even in our body. And, like, we can't sit here and estimate ourselves to what we get on a piece of paper, which is why, like, even though I'm not in school right now, I know I'm fucking smart as shit. I know that every day I go and I teach myself something or I go out to learn something, it's because that's what I want. It's because my mind is telling me, like, you can do this. You can learn. You can find out whatever you want. Any piece of information as long as you want to go get it. So if you're a go-getter, I feel like that matters way more than what you're doing on paper.
Yeah.
Because if you know you want something, you're going to do it. Yeah. And, like, no matter procrastination, this, that, and the third, like, you're going to get it done.
Yeah.
So I'll always say, like, I never cared for testing and standardized testing and shit like that because I'll bomb something and then teach myself on it for real and really sit down and get into it and then be a genius on it the next week. So you're not going to sit here and tell me that, you need help in this and blah, 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 because you don't really know. You don't know me. Standardized testing just makes bodies. Yes. Bodies with no personality, and that's not the type of time we're living in right now.
Yeah, and it's also about, like, how you're being taught. Like,
literally.
and some schooling systems just don't do it for you. Some teachers are going to do it for you. How you praise, like, the music teachers and stuff, like, that's because who they were as a person as well.
It wasn't about what they were teaching us.
Yeah, it wasn't at all. It was how they were doing it.
It helped. Like, the curriculum helped push their points, but it's what they're teaching us.
And also, not just that, it could be the curriculum too, because if you think about the way that the school structure is set up in general, it is not made for everybody. It's made for a specific type of person, which is not the average person.
Yeah, not everyone's type A. Not everyone's type A.
There's so many different types of people that do things different ways. If I can't do this math problem, right, or I can do this math problem, but I'm doing it with a different formula in a different way than the teacher wants, but they say, no, it's wrong because you didn't do it the way I want. How the fuck does that work? Like, that's not how life works.
I feel you. And, like, you got to think about it. Brockton is very inner city. They call Brockton the hood. I've been from Brockton my entire life. Mind you, I've seen some shit, and I've minded my business, and I've made it so that even though I come from this terrible-ass place, I'm direct proof that you can be from somewhere that everyone else hates, and you can succeed. Yeah. People, I've talked to so many people and they're like, oh, you changed my perspective on Brockton. Well, you never knew Brockton. You never cared to know Brockton. You cared to hear what people have told you. Yeah. Oh, shooting this, gangs this. But, like, yeah, every place is going to come with its bad side. You know what I'm saying? But if you're not going to sit there and look for the good, it's never going to fucking matter. Yeah. It's never going to matter. Yeah. And mind you,
people see what they want.
They see what they want. And a lot of the times, the things that happen in Brockton aren't from people who came from Brockton. No. It's from surrounding cities.
That's how, like, all cities are, too. Like, it's people. I mean, obviously, there's going to be people in the cities that, like, are whatever fucking up. But people do that all the time.
They travel, get shit done. They're like, oh, I'm going to go to Brockton. I'm going to go rob this person. No one's going to care because it's Brockton. But you're from Quincy or you're from wherever else. Like, everywhere's bad, but you do what you want with that information, what you do. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, I came from Brockton. I've always lived from Brockton. Of course, like, there was times where I was like, damn, I got to get out of here. But that's my place, bro. There's so much culture and so many things that I've learned being from Brockton that I wouldn't have gotten in any other city. I'm blessed to come from a cultural melting pot. Like, literally. And I grew up in a black household around black families, like, in my community. But even so, we got Asians on the street, we got Mexicans on the street, we got, everyone from every place. Like, something I wanted to say was, like, they were talking about Brockton being little Cape Verde. Brockton is a small percentage of Cape Verdeans in the U.S. You have Cape Verdeans in New Bedford. You have, obviously, like, Mass is the main point, like, where they come to, but you're going to have them wherever. Like, people tend to settle where the majority is, but they're all over the place. You can't sit here and be like, oh, well, because we're in the middle of Idaho, this kind of person can't live here. Like, no, that's not how it works. It's literally not how it works. And Brockton is it's like a small community, but such a big city. We have literally everything. Yeah. And just because you think it's a bad place says nothing. Yeah. I've grown up there. I've never had an issue. Like, obviously you get into arguments with people, you deal with people who aren't kind, but that rounds into what I was saying. Be a good human. If you're a good human, you never have to deal with this kind of bullshit.
Facts.
Like,
And you learn from those experiences
Literally.
more than anything.
Yeah, like Brockton-
you learn about people in
Yeah.
those situations.
Brockton has made me so much more understanding than anyone else I've
Yes.
ever seen.
Yeah.
Like, not saying that other people can't be understanding, but the level of empathy I have from what I've seen is greater than what I've come in contact to. Like, my people from New York, I had roommates in New York that were so like just closeted with their views and how they felt about people, like making like terrible jokes and shit. Mind you, they're from Long Island, Staten Island, making jokes about Trayvon Martin and this and the third, like shit that is not funny, could never be funny in any kind of context. But because you're from a place where you don't value people that look different from you, you don't value their lives, that you think it's a joke, and it's not.
Yeah.
Like, I'm very grateful that I can come from a background that's very open and understanding, rather than someone who's closeted and doesn't understand like how the world works for real.
Like
Yeah.
raw and unsheltered.
On God. Like
that
on God. And I make it a point, like, even for things I don't like, even viewpoints that I don't like, I'm going to sit here and try to understand
Yes.
where they're coming from, because that's how being a human works. We're all humans before anything else.
Yeah.
Like, fuck where you're from. Honestly, I really don't care at this point. Are you a human being? Do you value other people's lives as much as I do? Because, like, if not, then we probably can't be on the same page.
we're not cool.
I can't vibe with you. Literally.
So you're Cape Verdean.
I am. Okay.
Are you full CV or?
I am not. So
all right. So let's
I am,
get into that. And also, I want to ask, what's your experience been like with the ethnicity that
I
you
got
are?
you. So, racially, I identify as a biracial person. My mother is black from Cape Verde. My dad is black and white from somewhere in Massachusetts. Sorry, Dad. I think it's like Stoughton or Caton or one of those
one of those,
towns. One of them.
That's where my parents are from.
Yeah, it's not super important. Sorry. Doesn't matter. But growing up, I will say it was very hard trying to feel comfortable in my own skin about who I am as a person. And I know for a fact, like, I do not look like your typical black girl, your typical white girl, your typical mixed kid. I understand. Like, that's not what I'm giving off. But I'm very grateful and proud of who I am and what I come from. My mom comes from a third world country where everyone who's migrated from there has come to America for a better life every time. And they've made it. Literally set up generations coming from Cape Verde. And my dad, of course, like, obviously he's mixed. His dad is Jewish and then his mom is black. They come up from a side of doctors, black doctors. That's fucking insane and amazing, bro, considering what we just came out of. And in recent years, like, how people treat people of color for trying to be educated. You know, like, it's wild to see that that's what I come from. And a lot of times people don't appreciate that. Obviously, you don't know me, you don't know my story, but you're going to sit here and look at me and you're going to think, oh, she's this, oh, she's that. And
They're gonna assume.
they're going to assume whatever. They're going to assume whatever. And I've been blessed to get the opportunities that I have. When I was younger, my mom put me in Cape Verdean church. They're speaking Creole. They're not speaking English to me. Obviously, I don't speak the language. I've learned a great deal from that, and I've learned, like, how to communicate with my people besides our language, you know, like food-wise, music-wise, like dancing, all this. Like, I've gone to plenty of Cape Verdean festivals. I've done plenty of Cape Verdean community service with my mom. So, like, I know for a fact it makes people uncomfortable that I'm so secure in what I am and who I am. And I've faced a lot of, I'm not going to say adversity, because I am lighter skinned. So people don't assume the worst about me because I'm dark. You know what I'm saying? And I would never do that.
Yeah,
like,
no, yeah, but that you're just speaking for those people that do.
Yeah,
that
on the
demographic that does.
Yeah, I got to speak on the facts. And,
Yeah.
like, I'm the lightest of 4 kids. My siblings are all darker than me. They have had plenty of experiences with people assuming the worst about them, and I think it's just so ridiculous. Like, that's the my cultured event, is that I come from a place where, like, I see people of color and I'm like, oh, they're just doing what they do. When most of the time like, people will see them and be like, oh, they're criminals or this, that, and the third. That's never my first thought, because that's my family. Those are my siblings. And it's funny because, like, if I go into a room and I come off and I'm like, yo, what's up, my nigga, this, that, and the third, people will look at me crazy. And you think that I am going to explain myself to you,
Like, right then and there.
right then and there?
No need, nobody deserves that. That's you,
And,
bro.
like, I'm not sitting there doing that to my darker counterparts or my lighter. Everyone deserves to rock. If I know for a fact that someone's out here using the N-word and they're not supposed to be saying it, obviously I'll speak up. But I'm not going to sit here and assume, because I wouldn't want the same done to me. And it has affected, like, music-wise and my environment. Like, people like to make jokes and this, that, and the third. And, like, it makes me uncomfortable, of course, because why do you think you get to question who I am? But instead of sitting there and, like, being belligerent about it, I just let it rock. Because, like, you look like a fool. Yeah. I'm never, ever going to sit here and defend myself or defend my race because you don't think I'm adequate enough. That's insane to me. And on the side of me being lighter skinned and you being darker skinned, I think that's crazy. Because I would never do that.
Like the comparison.
Yeah, and like I'm very big on colorism. Like no one deserves to feel a kind of way because they're dark skinned. Like my mother is beautiful and brown, and I love her for that, and I love her for making me like this. I would never change that. And I always wanted to grow up darker. I always wanted to grow up looking like the rest of my family. And although that's not the case, I'm very grateful that they're still my family. You know. So I just want, like, I want people to be more aware of the fact that, like, you don't know where people come from, and it is not your place to sit here and try to police them of what you think they can or can't say. Obviously, you take the steps to vet people, and you take the steps to do it in a way that's kind. Don't sit here and call people out in the middle of a room and try to make it like some big issue. It's not cute. It's not cool. Like, I like giving respect off rip. Once you do that, my respect for you immediately dies.
100%.
Sorry, someone was calling me. But yeah, I will say I grew up in a colored community, and I'm very proud of it. And I'm so happy of how it's treated me and how it's how I've come out today. Like I'll never ever want to change that. But yeah,
the security is key.
Of course, and like
you don't gotta explain yourself to people because you don't feel the need to.
I never will.
Uncomfortable. You shouldn't.
By that. And like it was a lot because I was getting to the point where like, do I really need to go on social media and let people know like I'm black, bro?
I was just about to say it.
Every new follower,
come on.
It reminds me of all those TikToks, like how. As some people were posting and they'd be like talking about how they're mixed or something, people are like, prove it, show your parents.
No.
Who the fuck
and the
are
people
you?
that actually like go, I like see the comment, show your parents, and they do. I'm just like,
y'all did not.
You fell for it.
You fell for gotcha, bitch.
Gotcha, bitch.
Like, cause what?
I'm not gonna lie.
I've
been so close,
and
bro.
I understand why. Like I understand why you would
so
be like,
it's hard, bro.
I understand. Like this is my life, but.
Like I get, you're not gonna get it because you're ignorant. Like that's literally what it is. Like you're showing your ignorance, and like I understand. Like I understand. It's so hard not to police people because people have been on some bullshit these recent years on bullshit. And I'm gonna say it right now. If you are not a black person of color, you should not be saying the N-word. But I will say this: it's not anyone's job to sit here and police it and like try to figure out if a mixed person is allowed to say the N-word. That's crazy, bro. What are you getting paid to do that?
Right, like you got way too much time on your
you
hands,
got way
bro.
too much time on your hands to sit here and try to question me on if I'm black enough. I wish you would, because if I got receipts, bro, I'll have my whole family riding for me. Don't fucking play. Right? This is not a joke. No, like I don't play about where I'm from. I'm very confident, and yes, I am a little white. And I've met the white side of my family on a very rare occasion, which was once. I've chilled with them, whatever, you know, we talked, but that's that. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't need to sit here and go through my family tree and explain to you about, oh, well, because my mom's from here and did it. Yeah, I get to see I'm not doing that. Yeah. I'm not fucking doing that.
Yeah.
And, like, it's so funny to me because I really want to talk about this in my music, but it's such a hard topic because I know I'm light-skinned and I don't want to come off as ignorant or
insensitive
not insensitive, but more on the page of just like, fuck, I can't find the word I'm looking for. More on the page of like, I'm trying to prove it, not like necessarily prove it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's hard to explain. It's very hard to explain because, like, I don't need to prove this shit. This is the life I live every day. I go home to a black family. I wake up to a black family. I look at a black woman in the mirror every day. Yeah. Mind you, she doesn't look like that, but it's okay. Mm-hmm. Like, don't play with me. I'm very proud of what I come from.
Yeah.
As you should be.
And I can't wait to put it into the music because people are really going to hear me and they're really going to feel it. Like, it's not a joke. Not a joke.
All right. Going off of that, though, what genre do you feel like you fall into? Because, like, what I'm getting from you, obviously I know what you do, but, like, what I'm getting from you is, like, I want to talk about this in my music. I'm thinking rap. Like, I'm thinking bars, but too. Go ahead.
I feel like I can't put myself in a category, and I'm gonna explain it this way. Like in high school, you know how people have tables? Mm-hmm. I was never at a table. I was floating around. I could never find somewhere to just be, and that's because like there's way too many parts of my personality to put in one place or to put in one basket. That's not me. I'm an enigma, really. Like there's way too many parts of myself. I will say that I gravitate usually towards R&B, but I'll do some neo soul, I'll do rock, I'll do punk, I'll do alternative, I'll do some crazy shit, and I will rap because, like I said, poet, songwriter first. Like before I even ever started making music, I was so heavy into poetry because I really loved English. Like English kind of set up music for me because at the time in high school I was writing poems and I was like, oh, no one's really gonna care about these, and like my teachers would pick them up and like, these are great. End up using them as examples for class and shit. Like that really paved the way for me to be like, this is how I feel, let me write it down on paper because it might mean more. Like, I remember as a kid, I would go, whenever I was upset at my parents, I would write a letter, and I'd hide the letter in their room because I didn't want to speak to them. But I wanted them to know how I felt, so I would do that. So
That's real. That's
real, bro.
Like, as a child, like that's me personally.
I did not want no conflict. I did not want no conflict. I was putting in a letter, and I'm sliding it on their desk. Now, mind you, we never talked about any of the letters afterward, but I know I did them.
I remember writing them. So freestyle, no, not
I can.
much.
I can. No.
Writer.
Indie does
what do you
both.
prefer?
It depends on my mood. Yeah. If I need to get something off my chest, I'll freestyle it. Absolutely. Yeah. Like, I'm a very fast songwriter.
Like you go in the stew and just like...
Yeah, you can go, show me the beat, play it for like a couple minutes, 5 minutes tops, I bet you I'll have a verse. Bet you I'll have a hook. So like, I know songwriting is not a problem for me. Obviously, like, I think I've been trying to work on my freestyling to get a consistent flow. That's really what it is, because I can freestyle and say whatever. But if I want to get a flow and I want to make it catchy, that's probably when I'll start songwriting and I'll sit down with it. But I know as a female, like a lot of girls, they don't typically freestyle. So when you see a girl freestyling, it's like mind blown. Yeah. And listen, I got some fire female rappers that I know that do be doing that shit. And I'm not gonna speak on anybody because I'm not sure, but like we've seen them, we've met them, y'all know them.
Pink World knows them.
Yeah, Pink World knows them. So like I'm not gonna say I'm not a freestylist. I'm not gonna say I'm not a songwriter. I do both. I do everything, and I'll always keep that door open. Like when I first started writing music, it was with a couple of guys, so I was doing a lot of features. I was doing more of the punk rock. Now I'm definitely venturing into rap. I'm venturing into certain vibes and styles. I feel like when I start to listen to artists, like I'll be on them. Like I'll be hooked. Right now, I was telling y'all beforehand, Jordan Ward, super hooked on Jordan Ward. Like I love the flow. I love the way he like uses his wordplay. And like I like avant-garde. I like shit that's not normal. I like pockets in music is some of my favorite things to listen to, because you thought in your brain that this was gonna hit a certain way on a song and you made it like that. That's so fucking cool to witness. It's so cool to witness. And like I love when people like write their shit and I'm there to witness that shit, right? Because it's so cool. It's just amazing. Like your brain worked in a completely different way than mine, and it's still fire. It's still fire. So like I love that part. But yeah, I'll do anything. And if you need songs, if you need features, let me know. I'll send that shit back same day.
Period.
Same day. I love that.
Same day turnaround. We love that.
Indie don't play. I'm really trying to get my music out. I'm really trying to work with people. So if you watch this and you listening, hit me for features. Let me know.
Hit her, bro. Hit her.
Who's some of your favorite artists?
This is gonna be all over the place, but I'm just gonna name people out.
Love it.
I love SZA. SZA's huge inspiration for me. My baby girl.
Crocs on.
I got
the Crocs and the tat.
And the tat. Don't play with her.
I don't know if you can see the tat. And the tat. But that's my baby girl. She is a huge inspiration for me. Control changed my life. My brother introduced me to SZA. I had no clue who she was. Okay. Yeah, and it was during her EP days when she did the EP before this. I forget what it's called. Don't stone me, but Control changed my life. Like I listen to Control to this day. Will never not listen to it. Oh yeah, like,
never
love her.
Banger, bro.
Literally,
that shit is always on.
But as I was saying earlier, like Etta James, my mom put me on. Billie Holiday, my mom put me on. Whitney Houston, my mom put me on. My dad, Michael Jackson, Prince, Raphael Sadiq, Music Child, all these people. Like, I love older music, and like I'm still learning to this day. Like, don't quote me on songs this and the third. I will not know.
But you dibble and dabble.
But I dabble. I dabble, and I'm like, I've been taking my time really to like get into a bag of learning certain artists and learning people. Like right now, I'm trying to get my local artists. Trying to get that under my belt first, so when I meet people, I can be like, oh my God, I love your music, this and the third. But I'm trying to get in my older bag, you know, Earth, Wind, and Fire, all these old people. Like, I want to give them their props. More recently, Summer Walker, fucking love her. I think that she has an amazing voice.
Tiana Taylor, while we're at it.
I went to the Tiana Taylor concert, and I lost my fucking mind. I love her.
I feel like a few people have came here recently and said that.
That they were at the concert?
Yeah.
I love her, bro.
And lost their fucking mind.
I was screaming, crying, whatever you think, like throwing up, I was doing it. I love her down, bro. Mariah the Scientist, I recently got into her. She's awesome. I think her name's OGI. Amazing vocalist. She performed at the Masego concert. I love Masego. I love concerts. I do love going to those.
Word.
She's amazing. I forget what the song's called. It goes, hey, looking at me, looking at eyes, looking at me. But that song right there.
Little vocal clip.
And I got it.
Yeah.
Got it. I think the song's
that.
called Got It. I think it's called Got
Okay.
It. If y'all want to put that in there.
Right.
OG.
OG.
She's bro. She like is a newer artist on the stage. I've been to a couple concerts. I've seen Tinashe. I've seen like I said, Tiana Taylor. Who else have I seen?
So definitly R&B, like
Yeah, definitely the R&B. I saw
goer.
Lucky Day. I love Lucky Day. He's amazing as a fine man. God.
God.
OG, like I was saying just now, out of a lot of those artists, her stage presence was fucking insane. She just immediately commanded the crowd. She was asking them how their night went. They were so energetic and so like just enthralled with her presence, and I think that's awesome.
Was it at like a
smaller House of Blues?
Okay.
House of Blues, and the crowd loved her, bro. They loved her. I honestly like it touched my heart to see like someone who's coming up, who's like she's getting like a lot more speed now because I discovered her off my Spotify. Sorry, I blanked out.
Okay.
Oh, but like even though she's coming up now, like it was crazy to see that she had that much stage presence and power. Like it was awesome. I love that. She's great. Trying to think about who else. Umi, I love Umi. If you've never heard of her, she recently did a tour, Forest in the Hills. Love Umi. She's awesome. Trying to think about who else I listen to. You know what? Let's take a Spotify dive real quick.
love
Literally,
that.
I just opened Spotify because I feel like I like added that like Umi, but I didn't listen.
I'm just gonna show you. I'm just gonna go through my like songs.
Spotify rap.
Recently got into Hennessy. She's fire. Local artist. She's fucking awesome. She has a great voice. Love her. Joyce Rice, I discovered at the Lucky Day concert. She can sing her ass off. Love her.
Them openers, man.
Them openers. Don't
That's why you gotta
sleep.
get there early.
Don't sleep. More local artists. Maystar, Slick Bay, Clark D, C4. Who else? Sean Wire, Najee Janey. All these people like that I love and I think are so awesome. Cause like being a creative and like coming in these spaces and like being able to meet these people is such a blessing, and it's like
100%.
I feel so seen by God to put like I don't know what you guys believe in. I believe in God in the sense of like you're God. Like you are your own God. Everyone's
Bro, we literally
like everyone's God, because if you think about it, if you read the Bible and they're telling you to do the right things and do what God wants you to do, it's technically yourself. So be true to who you are, be true to your soul, all things like that. You're God. But
100%, bro.
God seeing me as in my own God, but God up there, if we want to say it that way, seeing me and putting me in a position to be around these people and like really honor the fact that I really take this shit seriously and like to see other people's creative processes and to like get their respect as an artist means so much to me. And it's so crazy because like I never thought I'd be in this position. Like going through high school and going through that, like I never thought I would be pursuing music, and here I am being respected by people I respect, and I love that.
Look at God.
Look at God,
Look
bro.
at God, bro.
God.
Notebook P.
Oh God, bro.
And
Bro,
Nico. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. I forgot we were doing this. No, the snort in my ears.
No, stop.
No, but I was gonna say we started like doing this thing where you're like, "What's up, God?"
Instead of, like, "What's
'cause
up, gang?"
Like
we
gang,
were
it's like, "What's up, God?"
Bro,
Because
God body.
everyone's God.
Your God body, bro.
But if I say that, like, I really fuck with you. Like,
I really fuck with you if I call you God. Like,
yeah,
Okay.
Like, I see the God in you.
So next time I'm getting that.
Nah, I'd be forgetting to say it. No bullshit. I
be
haven't said
forgetting
it.
too.
I haven't said it to
haven't
anyone.
seen
No
it.
bullshit.
Yo.
I haven't said it.
Hold on.
I have not said
been a
it.
minute.
Just because I saw Ombre, Destin Conrad, bro.
Destin
No.
Conrad. Everybody's bro.
Recently,
Ever since
that's a
TT said that
recent.
though, like
Destin?
I deadass
Yeah.
like
Don't
did
sleep.
it wasn't him.
So Destin was blowing up with Kaylani because they're good friends,
Yes.
but he wasn't
Yes.
making music like that.
he was like songwriting. For
He was
her,
songwriting,
right?
yes, songwriting, and then he came up with his own project, bro. Fire. At Ombre's interlude, one of my favorite. Next time when we fuck, you just let it go. That shit. Ooh, woo!
I hear it.
Yeah,
The
it
fuck?
just possessed my body for a hot second.
That shit was coming out of you.
I love that song, bro. I love music.
Yes.
Listen, a lot of the times people don't like really realize like, yeah, you could love music. Do you eat, sleep, breathe, and think
Not
music?
for real.
Does music emit out of your brain at the worst times?
Do you eat it up and then throw it up?
Do you eat it up and then throw it up?
I'm so fucking dead. But
Yo,
yeah,
your face.
a lot of people don't think like that. Music is a pastime for them, and it shows. Music comes out of my brain, bro. I'm trying to focus, do some normal shit, and then music's coming out, and I'm like, damn, can I like actually use my brain for something
Trying to
else?
have a fucking conversation, bro. Can't.
Bro, now music's playing in the back of my head.
Yeah.
That song that I just sang,
Yeah,
yeah, it's in there.
it's in there.
It's on the hamster wheel.
Yep. It's
So
just on
performing.
Performing.
Yeah, like on the topic of concerts, how do you feel about performing? Do you have a lot of performances under your belt? Do you have some coming up?
Okay, so let's just do some math real quick. So automatically from the start of freshman year of high school, we're not gonna count middle school because it's middle school. From freshman year of high school to senior year of high school, we had 4 concerts every season. We had a musical. We had, oh God, why is everyone calling me today?
That's like your 4th call.
I know, this is scary. I'm just gonna sit on it. So
Yeah.
you don't have that bother me anymore. Anyway, so 4 concerts a season. With a musical at the end of the year. We had about 3 plays before. So that's like what, 12 so far? Like just for the year? That was 1 year.
Something like that.
That's like 4 concerts, 3 plays, a musical. That's 8. 8 in a year. Sorry, I can't do math. I failed my sophomore year.
13, bro.
Like, yeah, that sounds right.
So that's 8 shows a year. 4 years. That's 24 alone, and that was outside of me doing recitals.
Yeah.
That's outside of me doing open mics or doing like regular shit, recording. I've performed a lot in my life, and I will say the feeling never goes away.
Yeah.
Never goes away. I'm always scared as hell, literally about to puke.
Do you have any like performance like ritual?
I definitely like the warm-ups that I would do in high school. I still use to this day. I think I just kind of hype myself up. Like I don't really have a ritual. Like I make sure like face looks good, hair's done, you smell good. We out here.
You smoke? You drank before?
If I have a very vocally heavy concert, I'm not smoking. I do smoke. I'm an avid weed person. Yeah. Weed connoisseur, to be honest. You know, your girl's a bud tender.
All 3 of us
All
here.
3 of
You're
us.
a bud
That's
tender?
crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
She works at.
Okay. We got the bud tender corner out here. Yeah, you just doxed her. It's
I was
cool.
like Quincy. She works in.
Now
Yeah.
just bleep out.
Just leave it out. But yeah, we got
find out how to do that.
got some weed advocates in the building. Anytime I have a performance heavy day, I'm not smoking.
Yeah.
I'll probably smoke that morning, and then it's tea the rest of the day and honey. But
That's smart.
yeah, I think like no rituals for real. Like I literally just go look in the mirror like you got this. I give myself affirmations. That's really what it is. It's like I make sure I'm good so I could go do good. But like I don't do anything crazy. Just take care of myself, eat, make sure I'm on good mental standing, things like that. But yeah, I'll still get disgusting butterflies and like pins and needles in my hands and feet before a performance, but like once I'm out there and I know the crowd is like receiving what I'm doing, that's when I'll really calm down. Like I always have that initial like anxiety and just being scared, but once I see them feeling me and like we're on an emotional plane, that's when I calm down. Like I've performed a couple times at the Sound Lab. Performing at the Sound Lab now feels like home, so it's easier. But like if I were to perform anywhere else, I'd be scared as shit. And like I'm grateful though for the experiences, because at the end of the day, if I never performed, I would never be where I'm at right now.
Exactly.
But yeah, I've had a ton of performance experience, and I'm grateful. I've had some bad performances too, but at the end of the day, like I'm not gonna beat myself up about it. Like it's already out there.
The
They've
next
already
one will
seen
be
it.
better.
You can't have good ones without bad ones.
On God, and they ever hardly notice. Like every time I've had a bad performance, I'm sitting there and I'm like beating myself up about it. Someone will be like, "Bro, we didn't even know."
Yeah,
That's
literally.
fire, bro.
Yeah, literally. So like, don't beat yourself up if you have a bad day. Like, because literally all that is it's a rep. It's a rep under your belt now, and now you can just be better.
That's
literally.
very true. Very true. Do you have any? I don't know which one to ask first. Actually, do you have anything in the works? Yeah, let me ask that one.
So, I know a couple of people have been on my ass. A lot of you don't know me, so a lot of you don't know. I do have a whole project in the works. It's been just a process. That's all I'm gonna say. It's been a process. I hold these songs near and dear to my heart because these are probably some of the first ones that came from my brain, like that I actually executed in a project rather than just singles. I do have some singles coming. If you're a producer, please hit me. I'm in desperate need of beats. Like that's KZ.
Yeah.
Heard. I'm gonna go talk to him after. But like I'm in desperate need of beats. That's kind of holding up my process right now. But I have plenty of things coming out. I have an immense amount of features with people we know, people that you've heard before, people you've seen, people you love. Like, definitely all that is coming. I will say my girl Keelinda, who's also from Brockton, also went to Brockton High with me, also did choir with me.
Wait, did she do like all the, like,
she didn't do all that.
Oh, okay.
But like
she did choir.
She did choir.
That's fire.
Her freshman year, yeah. We were cool. That's how we actually knew each other. That's how we met, was choir our freshman year. Yeah.
Did you guys graduate the same year?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, word.
Yep. But we have some stuff together. We're gonna drop a remix together, hopefully soon. Yeah, I recently.
Is that like where you posted, or is that something different?
The video?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's her song, and I actually won the remix challenge. Shout out Nova 6K, because you fucking bodied that, bro. I didn't even think I would win, to be honest. Like, he fucking bodied that. But we're gonna go with Dallas, and we're gonna record the remix for that. So hopefully that'll be out soon. I have singles that definitely need to drop, but like I said, I'm really just getting into this for real and like feeling my way about, so I don't want to rush my process. And like, I really want to give you guys content, but I want to make sure it's stuff I like first, so please bear with me.
And to like put it all together, that's like, it's hard.
Cohesive.
Yeah, like cohesive.
Yeah. So definitely have singles coming. Like, that project might not be out for a little while, but all the singles that I'm writing to right now, I plan on recording and dropping very soon. So there will be India content. And it will be everywhere, because I know my stuff right now is on SoundCloud, but you know.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so I noticed that like all your stuff is on SoundCloud. You don't have too much out, but I want to talk about your single Beginning. What was like your process behind that, and like why is that one that you decided to drop?
So Beginning is actually the first song that J Rose and I worked on together. That was my first song at the lab in general. I didn't really have like, it's funny because in college, like when I was in college, I had made it to my junior year, my freshman and sophomore year. Like, I was telling people like, oh, I make music, I do this and the third, and like what? I've never seen anything. And like, I would literally have to sing for them because I have no projects or anything out. So when I came home, you know, because COVID and everything, and I had been home for a little while, I started writing. And that was the first song that I started writing, and it took me 6 months to write. Like, I can write off my ass in a very short amount of time, but that song right there took me a very long time to just get out my brain the way I wanted it to. Partly inspiration about it was because I was dealing with someone who I had a relationship with, but I wasn't respected in, like, at all. And like, I just wanted to know, like, some of the lyrics. Like, I think I want to know where it all started. Like, a lot of that was like, I want to know why you think that because I decided to come and give you my heart and come give you my time and attention, that you think you can throw that shit in my face, because I was getting cheated on left and right. Like, our friends knew that I was getting cheated on. No one was telling me. It was just very wild. Wow. So I kind of put that in the song for a little bit, like, use that as a little, like, inspiration boost and lyric builder. Yeah. Because, like, what makes you so cold? Like, I'm giving you my heart. Like, like I said, I'm a Pisces. Like, I'm very emotional. Like, if I'm going to love you, I'm really going to love you. What makes you think that you're going to turn and take my love and put it in the trash and not do anything with it and, like, just disrespect me? So that's part of the inspiration behind it. And, like, really me just trying to get my shit out. Because, like, I was in a mental block for a long time. Like, I wasn't able to write my music after that. So J Rose and I were working on it, and, like, when I tell you, like, there was such a crazy connection, bro. Like, he was literally reading my brain for this song. Like, everything that we did, I loved. Like, I really couldn't complain about. And when it was done, like, I was just so excited. I was like, this needs to go on SoundCloud now. Yeah. Like, right now. Yeah.
Title's suitable then.
Yeah, Beginning. Like, literally the start of everything. Yeah. He wanted to call it Bubbles.
It's a little different.
Yeah, which is cute. Like, which is very cutesy, but, like, the song's not cutesy. Yeah. Like, I literally say, fuck your mother. Mind you,
Bubbles is crazy though.
Bubbles is not the vibe.
Bubbles is not the vibe. And I didn't, like, I literally say just kidding, fuck you, because, like, not fuck your mom, but I want you to feel like fuck your mom, but it's really fuck you. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, take the disrespect double. Yeah. Fuck off. But yeah, that was kind of the meaning behind it, and I feel like it just set off, like, my whole musical brain with that one song, because, like, I'm not there anymore. Like, that's a great song, and I love that song, but musically I am not there. Like, I'm in a whole different bag. And, like, recently writing, like, I can see that. I'm like, damn, like, I'm rapping more. I'm getting more into my comfort zone, like, doing beats and shit and falling into pockets, like I was mentioning earlier, that I wouldn't normally. Yeah. Like, I'm doing shit that, like, is surprising me. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, wow, maybe I'm getting inspired. Maybe it's other people. I don't know who it is. It could just be my music brain evolving. But, yeah, that's really where that song came from. And I'm very proud of it. And I'm very proud of him for working with me and, you know, making it possible.
That's dope.
Thank
love
you.
that.
New music on the way.
Oh yeah,
Soon.
I got a couple singles that are like just ready to go.
Word.
I got a song called Lover Girl. Like I've performed these at the testing lab, so a lot of people they know them kind of already. Like you guys don't, but I'll definitely show you.
I bet.
Word.
And they're cute. They're nice songs. I'm just ready though. Like I'm ready to like get the ball rolling, and like of course a lot of people won't tell you like this shit takes time and costs money, and it's all coming out of my pocket. So if you're waiting on content from me, baby, just know I'm fucking broke. So I'm saving my coins as much as I can to get back in the studio.
100%.
Literally.
100%. Any pet peeves? Moving on to our next topic. Any pet peeves just in society in general, or
Definitely pet peeves.
Like,
Which
Yeah.
one?
yeah,
There's a lot.
Yeah,
There's a couple.
exactly. So I have to be specific.
We
You could
can
be
get into 'em.
in general, or like general like society, or just like in the music industry as well.
I'll do both. I'll do a
bet.
little bit of both.
I bet.
I think a big pet peeve for me is when you're walking down the street and people have like their own pace and they're just walking.
That was the last.
And they're just walking, right? And like you're behind them and like you're trying to get around them and they're just in the fucking way. Like, can you please move?
Bots, bro.
Bots, bro. Like, and like they'll turn around and like they'll see you like right on their ass.
Yeah.
And just keep walking slow.
walking slow.
Like you could take a step to the side to let me by, sir. And if you're not gonna let me by, keep the same pace. So when I do walk around you, I'm not stepping on you,
Yeah.
bro. Don't speed up because you see
why
me
are you
coming.
speeding up?
Why are you speeding up?
Because you're
Like,
still not faster than me.
of course. And I need to go somewhere. Like, you're chilling. I need to go somewhere. My life is consistently on go. I need to get there, like, immediately, and you're not helping. A personal pet peeve, I really, like, some people are going to be like, I really hate when people take my food and don't ask or wait till I'm on my last bite to ask me for some food. And it's not like a you thing. I'm a very generous person, so I'll probably share. I'll probably still say yes regardless.
If
But
you ask.
If you ask, don't touch my food without asking. I'll literally tweak on you. I will
Yeah.
tweak the fuck out. Like, it is a very big pet peeve for me. Because I'm not going in your plate. I'm not going to go in your plate without asking. No way. Never a
Definitely
dim.
like a sibling thing. Like
That's a
growing
sib-
up with
you bring-
siblings, growing up with like
Bring
mad
food,
people.
The
That's
leftovers, you right on the box.
That's why I'm like
Like, you
this.
cannot touch, bro.
Yep.
That's why I'm like this. My dad will go in the fridge and just eat shit.
My dad does.
So, like, I don't play that. Do not touch my food without asking. I will fucking kill you. And if you do want food of mine, please don't ask till the last bite, bro. I'm the kind of person, a lot of people aren't like this. I've come to realize I like to enjoy my food. The entire shit. I like to enjoy it. I eat to enjoy. Obviously, I eat to live, but if I bought it for a certain reason, it tastes good, it's because I want to eat it. And I want to taste every bite. If you wait till I'm on my last bite and you're like, oh, can I have some? I'm just going to give it to you, bro. And I don't fucking want it now, and you ruined my experience.
Yeah.
Just fucking take it.
Yeah.
And like from the bottom of my heart, I love you guys, but please stop waiting till the last bite. It's gonna piss me off. Like I'll still share. Just ask me earlier. Jesus Christ.
No bullshit. Because the last bite, I'm savoring
That's
that.
I'm
The last
savoring
bite
that.
is so
It's so
specific,
important.
it's so special.
It's so important. And it finishes the meal off for me, and it leaves me to, if I'm gonna go daydream about this food, it's because I'm gonna daydream about the last bite,
I feel
bro.
fulfilled.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
I like to enjoy my food.
Feel it
Yeah.
for real.
I'll say pet peeves in the music industry. This goes mostly for my men, but for my ladies too, because sometimes y'all can't control yourselves and it's kind of crazy. If we're working in a business relationship, you got to keep it on a business relationship. You cannot sit here and flirt with me or ask me inappropriate questions or try to get with me on a friendship vibe if we're working professionally. Like, you really need to keep that one way or the other, because from myself, from what I've experienced myself and what my girls have experienced in the music industry, you guys are like dogs, animals, disgusting, whatever you could think of. There's no reason we're making music and you're gonna sit here and ask what size my panties are or this and the third on some crazy shit. Yeah, like
Not a left feet.
it did, right? And that's what they be doing. Like I be in my
You set it up like that.
Yeah,
I was
I-
definitely caught off guard.
I be in my music, my business vibe, and I'm sitting here, I'm like, oh, this is someone I can work with in the future. This is someone I feel comfortable around right now, and you fucking ruin it. And I'm never gonna be comfortable enough to work with you again.
Now I don't want to ever talk to you.
Yeah, I don't want to talk to you. Like, I don't think you're going to be able to change in the time that I need to create my music. It's not going to be the same. You've ruined the vibe, bro.
Yeah.
So, like, please, from the bottom of my heart, keep it professional. If you want to pursue a personal relationship, that is completely fine. Just know you're not going to work with that person anymore. And if it goes left, that's your fault because you made that risk. Like, you forced it.
And you could do it, but like in a right way. There's
In
a
the
right
right-
way
like,
to
there's
do
always
things.
a
There's
right way
always
to
a right
do
way.
Yeah.
To do it, especially when it comes to just
You
building
shouldn't-
a platonic relationship.
Yeah, you shouldn't
Emphasis
wait
on
till we're in the
platonic.
booth till we're in the booth alone to try to make moves on me. That just lets me know that you think you could not get me in public, and you probably
You're a
couldn't.
creep.
Yeah, you probably couldn't. So leave me alone. That's my pet peeve about the music industry. Also, another pet peeve: communication. I'm a person where it is very easy to communicate what you want to me. Just let me know. Like, even if it's like, oh, I'm going to be busy for the next 5 hours, like, hit me up after, blah, blah, blah. I'll wait. I'll take all the time that you want and I'll give it to you and I'll respect it. But if you cannot communicate that you are going to be busy, that you cannot make a studio session, that you cannot do this and the third, it is going to put me in a place where, like, I'm going to have to dog you the fuck out. I'm a very kind and understanding, like, if it gets to the point where I'm upset with you, you've pushed me way too far because I've given you all the chances. So don't play with that. Don't play with that grace that I'm allowing you. Like, if you can't simply communicate to me, like, I don't want to work, bro. I do not want to work. I'm good. I'll find somebody else. Because even though a lot of these people are talented and they have what I want and they could offer that, 10 other people could. That I'm not giving them the time to because I'm being considerate of you. So if I'm communicating, you need to be on the same level of communication or it's not going to work. That's it. Any other pet peeves? I don't know. Like, I'm weird as hell. So, like, I try not to judge other people or, like, be mad at what other people do. Unless it's, like, another pet peeve. I figured it out. I
got it.
Like I said earlier, I'm a good person. I do things out of kindness. I do things from the bottom of my heart. I do not do them for any kind of, for any validation or, like, because I want something for you. If I'm doing it for that, like, it was never out of the kindness of my heart. Like, and you would know. You would know that I clearly want something. Yes. But, like, I don't do that. So, like, if you're somebody you want something for me, or if you're like, if I'm doing something that you don't like, or like you are trying to get ahead of me of this, that, and the third, like, take it to somebody else because I'm very good natured. So once you come and you're doing some slick shit, I do not want to be around you. I want nothing to do with you. It's not my vibe at all. It completely kills whatever I got going on. And, like, I just want good vibes, good people, good intent around me. That's what I need. Like, I cannot have any sneak shit going on. I don't sneak diss. I don't like when people try to, like, make it seem like they fuck with someone and they're supporting them for the public and, like, behind closed doors they're talking shit. Not in my body, not in my bones. Can't do it. So, like, if you're that kind of person, just steer clear of me because you trying to get something or you trying to get a one up on me is not going to work in your favor ever. Never.
Period. That's just how you be when you God, bro.
When you real, bro. This is real life.
Hey. I don't hate to play. But we're gonna wrap it up. My last question is: do you have any advice for creatives?
I'm gonna try to keep this to indie advice. Like, if I was talking to myself, whatever your idea is, if you clearly have an idea that you cannot communicate or you cannot explain to someone, you need to find your own way of figuring that out. Like, just keep pushing, keep trying, try something different, try something new if it's out the box for you, but don't let someone try to, like, impede their creativity or their thoughts and their things on your idea because it's your project. So you gotta stick strong, be assertive, let people know what you want for real, and don't let it fall to the side, because if not, you're gonna lose yourself and you're gonna lose your vision and you're not gonna be able to come back to it. So, like, fuck all the be who you are. No, fuck all that. Do what you want. Do what you want. Truly. Don't sit here and settle for anybody else or try to appease and please and do whatever you can for someone else. It's for you, so stick to your guns. You got it.
That's good advice.
Thank you.
For real.
Deadass.
I got to think about it, like...
Because if you said... just be yourself, I would have been pissed.
Fuck about...
I'm out. I'm done.
Like...
we had a conversation about this off camera. That shit was hilarious.
Being yourself comes with so many different, like, things because you want yourself to be whatever you want. So if you're going to sit here, you can sit here and, like, impersonate anybody because that's who you want yourself to be. And that's some whack-ass shit to do.
That's a good point.
That's some whack-ass shit. Like, fuck staying true to you because you're going to do whatever you want regardless.
Yeah.
But the things that you have ideas for and that you're very passionate about, you got to, like, step up to the plate and own that shit. Because if not, someone's going to steal it from you in a heartbeat.
Facts.
But yeah.
And when people, like, come out and, like, do some shit that you, like, had already, like, thought about, it's just a sign that it's your time to do it.
On God.
Yeah.
Because
it's just a sign.
We were talking about that, weren't we?
We definitely were, yeah. I just don't remember
'Cause
when.
that-
But that
that
is, like,
should be
fresh in my
happening.
brain. Yeah,
people be robbing of ideas. It's crazy.
Not just
or
only
even, like,
that,
robbing, but, like, you just see
someone had okay, say somebody had the same idea as you, but you don't even know them, but then you see them do something with it, and then you're like, oh shit, like
I should have done that.
Yeah,
or like it's my not even that like I should have, but like oh, this is my time to
because
do it.
I thought about okay, I know I get
like
what you're
the
saying.
Universe is like reflecting it, and like for an example, bro, you know, like Ice Spice and Nicki's like fresh new project, like Barbie World or something like that. In their music video, in the TikTok like real format, I saw on Instagram, and it was a jet ski through pink clouds, bro. And I had that idea so long ago, bro, like as a music video, just like random like future shit.
Yeah,
and I was just like, bro, that's crazy. Like seeing that shit.
That is a sign.
Like just signs like that, like things like that. It's like I can't fucking hate Ice Spice and Nicki because they stole my idea.
They had no clue.
So it's like those things like that. You just had the idea, but you didn't tell nobody.
So
execute. Just execute it because the universe is like telling you like, yo, like that
and
was
even
a good idea, bro.
Yeah, and even if you don't like it the first time, what can you do? Fix it and then execute again.
Yeah.
I feel that.
No bullshit.
I rock with it.
That's fire.
I love it.
This episode was fire. You're so good at like talking.
Thank you.
Like talking.
Oh, did you guys know that this is my first interview?
I felt like I knew that, but I didn't know that.
No,
Good shit.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys. Big hearts.
Of course.
I'm so grateful. Yeah, I've never done an interview before, but
I'm glad we broke. I was gonna say
broke my interview hymen. That's crazy.
Not broke your cherry. Pop your cherry.
Pop my interview cherry. That's crazy.
So weird for this platform sometimes. I'm just saying some wreck shit.
Pop my interview cherry.
That's why I'm
listen, I fuck with it. I will say though, like, if you guys ever like want to talk about weird shit or talk about anything, like I'm definitely the person to do it too. Like hit me up.
Word.
But at any time.
Weird shit.
I'll reply. I'll reply. I've had some weird things in my DMs.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I bet.
Oh yeah.
I don't reply to like the nasty ones, but like the intriguing ones, I'll think about it. Be like, this could be a good conversation. Yeah. All right, send.
Quick shit.
You know, I'll reply.
Would you consider yourself an extrovert? Like, do you get your energy? You're giving extrovert. Like, heavy.
I'm an ambivert, bro.
Second person in 2 days. I said literally.
I'm an ambivert. I will say, like, I have a very small social capacity. Like, being in social settings, like, you'll see me in a corner.
We were talking about that.
Yeah, remember? Yeah. You'll see me in a corner.
Social battery
is dead, bro. Like, I'll be good for like the first 2 hours, and you'll just see my entire personality change, and I'll be in the corner. And you'll be like, "Are you good?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I'm just tired of being like around so many people that I don't know. Like, it's very hard for me to get comfortable.
Don't know. Heavy on that. Like, if it's like gang.
Like gang. Yeah.
I will say, like, I know a lot of people. I know tons of people, but if you don't say hi to me, I won't say shit to you. Like, and I try, like, I do try. Like, I'll attempt it the first 2 times, but, like, on the 3rd time, if you don't say hi to me in public, I'm not saying shit to you.
That's exactly how I feel, too.
But, like, if you come up to me and I'm in the corner and, like, you see me, like, just chilling, we could have a whole conversation. Like, I'll be very ready to talk. But, like I said, I have a very small social battery, so I get tired very easily.
Might not be coming up to you.
I won't be coming up to you, but you could come up to me, absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
And, like, you know, I'll be dancing, I'll be doing my thing, and, like, I'll go in the corner. If you come and hype me up, I'll probably go back to dancing.
Yep.
You know. So... You there's 2 Indias you could get that day, but it's not hard to find either of them.
Yeah.
I'll say that. It's not hard to find either.
Oh, wait.
I'm cutting this shit.
No.
Well.
And that's all.
Like, I don't feel like being structured right now. I just want to be like, get the fuck out of my
bye.
face.
Chaotic. Like, I'm out this hoe. Fuck y'all. Boom.
Nah, but seriously, thank you so much for coming
Thank you.
and sharing some gems. Yeah.
Tag your socials.
There you go.
Oh. Well. So my Instagram is at India the, like THE, like the India the Rose. My Twitter is Indy the Brat. Snapchat. Don't add me on Snapchat. I'm not adding you back.
I'll
but
bleep
like
it out.
Yeah.
We got a couple bleeps in here.
But I'll definitely, you know, I follow back on Instagram and Twitter. Twitter, I'm a fool. Don't take everything I say seriously.
Gotta give the disclaimer.
Twitter is for the fools. Yeah, warning.
But like, please follow me on Instagram. Please look at my SoundCloud. I'm gonna start dropping all my music on all platforms very soon. I do have 1 song out. Shout out Devo the Genius, Erdnay's the Weapon, and Maystar. My first song on all streaming platforms. That is out. It's called That G Shit off of White Camry Tapes.
Period. And where can they find you on streaming platforms under, like, what name?
SoundCloud is India Rose. You can Google me. You can Google India Rose. My SoundCloud link will pop up. It's in my Instagram bio. I am on Spotify at India Rose as well. There's nothing on there.
India Rose, like, space, just for, like,
India
when you do
space
drop,
Rose.
Space Rose.
Yeah.
Right,
So, like, when you guys do start seeing drops, it will be on India Rose on Spotify and all that. I will post everything on all my social media, so you will know. Don't worry, it's coming.
Word.
Word. Leave me alone, leave me alone, leave me alone, leave me alone. I can't wait though, for real. I'm
Bro,
rooting
it's
for you.
it's a
We
whole
rooting
indie
for you
era.
over here. Yes,
Indie
period.
era.
I like
Period.
it.
It's coming. It's coming. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you
you
again.
so much.
did
Thank
so
you for
good.
having me. It was so much fun.
Yes, sir.
Hopefully more interviews after this, but I'll definitely tell them like y'all probably won't live up to the do over don't interview her.
Love it.
No, but this was great for your first one, for real.
You would never know.
You'll never know. But yeah. All right, guys, we are out. I hope you guys enjoyed
That's
this
all,
episode.
folks.
That is all, folks, and we will see you next week.
If you want to, I'ma make it static. Pull up, hop out, swing the automatic. I'm not like the other girls, nah. Thought you had it good, bitch, I made